Good evening. The National Works Agency, NWA, is putting the preparedness mechanisms in place in anticipation of an active hurricane season. The agency is now executing works under the Government of Jamaica's pre-hurricane mitigation program. Just over $100 million has been allocated for the cleaning of critical drains and the debushing of identified corridors. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA), this year marks the 7th consecutive year for an above-average hurricane season. Forecasts from experts also include a 60% probability of landfall in the Caribbean. With the approval process complete, works are being done across all 14 parishes. Manager, Communication and Customer Services at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says that among the drains being targeted are sections of Boucher Gully, Columbus Drain and Tivoli Gully in Kingston, Cave Valley and Brownstown, Standfast in St. Anne, Boston and Folly to Boundbrook Cemetery Lane in Portland, Margaret Gutter in Westmoreland, drains along the Shuttlewood to Macfield Roadway in Hanover, and the Jacksontown to Ulster Spring Roadway in Trelawney. Mr. Shaw says works are also expected to be done at a section of North Gully in St. James, where a separate multi-million-dollar contract is now being implemented for rehabilitative works. Drains in the community of Montpelier in St. James are also to be targeted under the cleaning program. The mitigation works are expected to be completed by the end of July and will be the first of 3 phases of activities to be executed by the NWA during this hurricane season. In other news tonight, Information Minister Robert Morgan says the Opposition People's National Party PNP was allegedly actively campaigning in the diaspora against Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith's bid for Commonwealth Secretary General. The Foreign Affairs Minister lost to the incumbent Baroness Patricia Scotland of Dominica in last Friday's vote during the 26th Heads of Government Conference in Kigali. Morgan explained yesterday that Johnson-Smith was not only campaigning against Baroness Scotland, but allegedly against people in her own country. He noted that this had an impact on the end result. Minister Morgan says Baroness Scotland's announcement that she'd be spending only 2 more years in the post if re-elected swayed some delegates at the last minute. Johnson-Smith lost with 24 votes to Baroness Scotland's 27 votes. In a Mello TV News follow-up, the 17-year-old teen who was yesterday listed as a person of interest by detectives in the Kingston Western Division is now being treated as wanted. Alejandro Joaquin Eric Murdoch, otherwise called Brandon of Kings Heights, Water Street, Kingston 14, is being urged to turn himself into the police immediately. Persons who may know of his whereabouts or who have any information that can assist detectives in the case are being encouraged to contact the Denham Town Police at 876-948-6443, Crime Stop at 311, or the NIB tip line at 811. Meanwhile, as investigations progress, another man, Shaquille Stanbury, otherwise called Sean and Country of Bottom Pen in Glendevon, St. James, is being listed as a person of interest. He is being urged to make contact with detectives immediately. Another man, Tevin Cross, who was also listed as a person of interest, turned himself into the police on Monday. Arrangements are now being made for him to be interviewed. Continuing with the news tonight, the Savannah Lamar Police have named Renate Richardson as a person of interest. Detectives believe that Richardson, who is from Mandeville, Manchester, may be able to help them with their investigations into incidents in the division. However, they have been unable to make contact with him. Richardson is being asked to contact detectives at the Savannah Lamar Police Station immediately. Additionally, anyone with information regarding the whereabouts of Renate Richardson is being asked to contact the Savannah Lamar Police at 876-955-2536. Still tonight, no criminal charges are to be laid against the parents of a baby found wandering along a major roadway in St. Catherine recently. The update was given by the police in a press release last night after a video of the incident made its rounds on social media, confirming that the child's father was located shortly after the events. In the video, the police said a criminal investigation is not being pursued at this time. According to the police, following inquiries made into the circumstances, the case was brought to a close after law enforcement officers were satisfied that no intentional harm or neglect was meant to the child. However, the police assured that the necessary follow-up is being done through the Community Safety and Security Branch to support the family. The parents were also referred to the relevant state agencies for advice, the police said. In the viral video that captured the incident, a man could be heard expressing shock after he stopped behind the baby who was almost in the middle of the road. Now, another concerned motorist ahead exited their vehicle and approached the toddler. A passing police vehicle immediately stopped and two policemen disembarked. One of the policemen took up the child and handed him to the other officer. They were then observed returning to their vehicle, and that's when the video ended. Still making Mello TV news tonight, the Portmore police have charged the 6 accused robbers who were nabbed in the St. Andrew South Police Division when their getaway vehicle crashed in the area. Charged with shop breaking and larceny are 21-year-old Latrell Giddon, otherwise called Fresh Prince, a vendor of Pink Lane, Kingston 14, 31-year-old Kevin Lindo, otherwise called Georgie, a vendor of Chestnut Lane, Kingston 14, 38-year-old Rayondo Todd, otherwise called Ras, an auto body repairman of Tobias Road, Kingston 11, 18-year-old Elvis Keefe, otherwise called EJ, a vlogger of Milk Lane, Kingston 14, Javon Brown, 25, a vendor of Pink Lane in Kingston 14 as well, and 20-year-old Kyle Lewis, otherwise called Boy Boy, a laborer of Pink Lane, Kingston 14. Reports from the Portmore police coming into our news center are that at approximately 3:36 a.m. on Saturday, June 11, the 6 men tore away a wooden section of a bar and cut the locks to the entrance grill. The men then reportedly pried open the door, entered, and stole several items. The men were reportedly packing the stolen items into a Toyota Wish motor car when they were surprised by a resident who came to investigate after reportedly observing something untoward. The robbers then sped away. The police were contacted, and their coordinated efforts across divisional borders led to the motor vehicle being intercepted in the St. Andrew South Police area after it crashed into a concrete wall. The 6 men were apprehended and the stolen items were recovered. The court dates for the men are being finalized. And we now turn our attention to tonight's COVID-19 update, where Jamaica reported 57 new cases of COVID-19 and 3 fatalities yesterday. This, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Now, this increases the total of COVID-19 cases since the start of the pandemic to 142,683, and the death toll now to 3,124. The country also recorded 113 new recoveries, increasing the total of recovered persons now to 90,875. Of the newly reported cases, there were 35 females and 22 males, ranging in age from 6 months to 97 years. In tonight's COVID-19 parish breakdown, Kingston and St. Andrew recorded 33 cases. St. Catherine recorded 9 cases. St. James recorded 7 cases. Westmoreland recorded 6 cases, while Trelawney recorded 2 cases. And those are the stories making news. I am Shelley Hill. Stay safe, pleasant viewing, and thanks for watching.